Okay, so I'm gonna do a video today about, I hate that pillow in the background, but that's fine. Um, how I found God and like my journey and stuff with like Christ. So I'm gonna get a little background. Okay, so in my family everybody's religious, but people don't really go to church, and I don't ever see them with a Bible unless it's a funeral or something. So excluding like my grandma, she likes a real church. Like she's like the she was like the first lady and everything like that. So my grandma is like the only one I see like consistent with church. And growing up, I think maybe I did go to church when I was little. I do remember going to church in like Sunday school, but it was like only a few times, and I remember falling asleep. And I remember only going to Sunday school and liking it for the food. So I didn't really pay much attention to it until probably like, I think it was like my 12th or 13th birthday. My grandma had bought me like a little prayer book thing. Because you know, like the typical prayer we always did was, now lay me down to sleep, pray along, and the typical prayer. But she gave me a prayer book, and it was still for like a child, but it was a little different. It was kind of like me transitioning into like adult or like young adult stuff. So like I started reading that, and like that was like my favorite book. I read the book. It was a real little book, probably like 24 pages. But like I read the book like every night, probably 2 or 3 times a day, and I was just so excited. So I kind of outgrew the book, which is kind of sad to say, but I did. So it's kind of like we got older and we wasn't really going around we was still going to my grandma, but we didn't really just spend much time with her. We didn't go to church, so I just feel like church was like an event. Like I go once, whenever I just go when I go, basically. But I remember when I first moved to my high school, well, we were always, okay, I'm a rhyme. We did go to church sometimes, but it'd probably be like, I can't really remember. If it's not a funeral or when, it may be 3 or 4 times a year, that's when we went to church. But I do remember my mama always watching church on TV. But like, as a child, it's just hard for you to just like, let me watch church with my mama, because you don't really understand. That's another thing why I really didn't like church or couldn't get into church, because I didn't understand what that was saying. And it was just one church that we went to. I think I was like 13 or 14. And all he would do is like yell and just, hold on. I'm just like, is this a show? This entertainment? And I would be so annoyed, so I would go to sleep. My mom used to get mad at us, so we would just turn our head like this and pretend that we like up, and I nod my head every 3 seconds. So that's what happened at that church, and I hated that church. I just feel like I didn't learn nothing from you yelling. I saw people running and stuff, but I don't know. Okay, get into the other stuff. So when I went to high school, we moved, and we started going to this church, local church that we went to, and the man would not leave us alone once we signed the paper. So like we started going like, my mom was deep into it. I think we would go like 3 or 4 times a week, which was really new to us, because actually I'm gonna wind back. I got baptized at a big church. I got baptized and they put you on the wall and stuff. I'm just like, I don't feel no different. Like, what? How I supposed to feel? Like, I don't feel no different, because I'm just thinking baptized, just like I'm supposed to be a new person, changed. But I was young, and then I got baptized where I didn't really have a solid platform of Christ. Like, I ain't know nothing about the Bible, but you get me baptized and you think I just supposed to, I don't know. I was just doing it to doing it, because I don't know. So yeah, so fast forward again, we went to high school and we went to our new church, which we was going like, we was real deep into this church. Like we'd be going like 3 or 4 times a day. And not a day, a week. We go like Bible study, we'd do like fellowship and stuff like that. And I actually started to like church. I was like, oh, blank, like it was good. Then the pastor started to get a little cricky. So every time we were like, maybe we'll walk in late or something like that, he'll change his message relating to us, or if we like dressed a certain type of way, he would talk about us in his sermon. And we just started noticing little small things. Or if we didn't come to church one day, he would pull up at our house, knock on our door, and it just started getting real uncomfortable. So we was just like, he kind of crossing his boundaries. But the last straw, when he was talking about something about like, we don't give you tithes or something like that, you ain't going to heaven. And I didn't like that because I'm just like, first of all, I ain't know much about tithes or whatever. I'm just like, so if I don't have money to give you, I'm not going to heaven, and you gonna start preaching the word to me. I don't like that. So then we stopped going there, and once we started going there, that was kind of like the end of church for us. So it was just kind of like we was on our own. And then like I knew God was real, but not really. I was just like, I don't know. But then I went through this whole phase where like I could not find no job, and I was like wanted a job bad, and I was like my grandma. I'll talk to my grandma every day. She's like, pray to God, pray to God, pray to God. It's okay. He's coming. It's coming. It's coming. So I'm praying to God every day. I'm like, come on, please, please, please. Also, I was praying for a job because my mom was like struggling and stuff, and I was like, I want to help her out. So I would go through this depression, like I can't help her out, and I'm like, y'all, I just got fed up. I'm like, y'all come talking about God ain't give me no job. What else you want me to do? So I said, God ain't real, God ain't this. I'm like, I said, God did. I used to have these real bad thoughts about God in my head, and I was like, I mean, back then I didn't even correct them because I was just like, I was just fed up, depressed. I was like, God did, God ain't real, blank, blank, blank. And people used to try to preach God to me. I'm like, God ain't fixing me. God, where my job at then? Like, why we ain't got these? What blank, blank, blank? So I was like, I don't want to hear nothing about God. So then, my sister, my older sister, she went to church in Zion. So she was like real deep in church. She was like, Cornisha, God is real. Like, I felt him before. Like, I talked to him. I'm like, what he say then? What he say if you talk to him? Like, what he say? So he really speak back to you? She was like, yeah, but she was like, I'm telling you, he real. And I'm like, man, all right, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. So then I just, my family, well, not my family, my mom and my sister start calling me like a demon. Not my mom and my sister start calling me like a demon, a devil, and everything like that. Then I go to school and people be talking about God, having these conversations and stuff. I'm like, I don't believe in God. Now I said company, I don't believe in God. I don't believe in God. But I be asking questions. I'm like, so like when people, my thing was when people like die and stuff, I was like, God, to me everything happened for a reason. So God want them to die. I ain't understand it. I was like, so God want them to die. Like, I ain't get that part, and that part confused me. That's another reason why I ain't really believe in God, because that part was just confusing me. So I'm just like, I don't get that. Like, God want people to die. So, like, I be in class, I always have these religious conversations. So, I be in class just asking, like, hella questions about, like, God. I'm like, so this was his heaven or some blank, 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 blank. So, like, I was like, I said I don't believe in God. My whole thing was I never believed in God because I didn't know God. I was never like properly introduced to God. So how am I believing somebody I don't know? I was a real, like, I always ask questions. So I'm just like, what are we believing in the wrong God? And I used to ask my girl, I used to always have these thoughts. I'd be like, out of all these years, people talking about some God gonna come back and stuff. I'm like, what if heaven full? Or it was just so many things in my head. This like, it don't make sense to me, and nobody want to give me a solid answer to why they just say read the Bible. But when I read the Bible, I don't understand the Bible. I'm still at this stage where I don't understand the Bible, and I don't know nothing about the different versions and things. So I was just like, I'm not gonna read the Bible because I don't understand. It just confuses me more. Then when I left high school, I was still kind of on this. I know there is a God, I just don't know him. So then I went to high school. I went to high school. I went to my sister's house for the summertime, and I finally got a job at Office Max. I was so happy, y'all. Like, I was just hella happy because I never got a job. That was my first job, and I couldn't get a job in Memphis nowhere. So I was like, oh my God, I work all these hours. But then it was a downfall. I got fired from my job. It's a long story, don't ask me why. But when I got fired from my job, I went to this whole depression mode. I tried to act like it ain't bothering me, but I was hurt. It hurt me deep in my heart. Like, I was broken. So when I got fired from my job, I went through this whole phase where, like, I was just like, it was just horrible. Like, I would cry. Like, I ain't want to think. Like, I was like desperate for anything. I was like desperate. Like, I'm like, at this point, if God can fill my time up so I don't have to think about nothing, bring him on. I was like, I'm just desperate for God. And I remember one time I had went to Mount Zion. No, when I was okay, before I got my job, I was on my way going to college. So when I finally went to college, I started to like. I wanted to like honestly. I was never against God. I just like I said, I was never introduced to Him. So when I met Khaleesi, and she was kind of like I already had like this platform. I'm not gonna say platform, but like this religious background. I'm like, this is weird. I'm like, I'm not against. I'm like, I do want to know more God. And she like just give me like journals and stuff about like God telling me this. Like I'm like, okay, so like, oh, it's a person that can actually kind of answer my questions, and she kind of like understand where I'm coming from. So I'm just like, okay. Oh, then one day I don't know who was at church. I know my sister was there, maybe Khaleesi. We went to church, and the night before it was a horrible night. I was crying, I was just tossing. I was just like, my job, I'm just desperate. So then, dang, what was before? Actually, before that, it was another crazy thing that happened. Like I told y'all, I was real desperate. So like I was on YouTube and stuff, and it was this ad that popped up and was like, if you need anybody to talk to, we're here for you, or some. So me thinking, being this desperate person, I'm like, I need somebody to talk to. I don't care. So I had clicked on the ad. The lady emailed me and stuff. She was like, we actually like on your campus and stuff. I'm like, I don't care. Okay, come on. Like, but then I find out she was like, we're gonna be at the library, and I'm like, okay. She was like, I was like, no, the ad was like, you wanna know more about like Jesus or something like that. I'm like, yeah. This perfect. So she was like, meet at the library. We get to the library, and I meet these people, and they got like long skirts on. I didn't know what I didn't know what I signed up for, but that was gonna help me get my mind off my job, and I guess give me some Jesus. I was for it. So she was like, get on your knees and we gonna pray. She was like, do you believe that Jesus is the something? I didn't understand what she was saying. I was just like, yeah. So I probably would just give my religion over. I don't know what I was accepting to, but at that point I was desperate. So I was like, yeah, anything. She was like, yeah, we got people just like you, and then we'll love and connect with you. I'm like, okay. So then I went home. First of all, we prayed in the middle of the library, which is kind of a little weird, and it was just uncomfortable. I ain't know. I went home and I talked to Kiosha, and she was like, Cornisha, the Mormons. I was like, oh, they believe in God and stuff and Jesus. She was like, no. And I was just like, oh my God, I really, like, I don't even know what I just signed up for. I just changed my religion, and I don't know. Okay, fast forward. Then we went to Mount Zion one day, and like I said, I had a long night, and like, I was just like down like this, one paying attention halfway. And Bishop Walker was like, I see you crying and tossing and stuff. You can't sleep. You constantly thinking about something. I left my hand. I was like, how he know? Like, how he know what I was doing last night? And I was like, this girl, like. And my sister started telling me, she was like, God gonna send people messages like through them to send to me. So I was like, this is crazy. So I just started breaking out crying. Like, how you know? Like, this is crazy. And then, ever since like that moment, I was just like, I want to know more. I want to know more about God. I want to like get deep into God. So I started to get like deep into it. Then like, and I had finally, we met Kevin and we joined ENC. And I remember like the first message, I don't know if it was, maybe it was the first message, because like, if it wasn't a good message, I wasn't gonna stay the first time. But the first message, I remember Vince, or, what's her name? I forgot her name. Vince, or it was another lady. I forgot her name, but I remember her preaching something. No, it was Vince. Vince preaching a message, and I was just like, oh my God. And I was like, can I get those notes? And he was like, yeah. And he was like, wanted to go to family dinner and everything like that. And I'm just like, what? Yeah. Like, I was like, my freshman year, I was so desperate, y'all, for a relationship or connection, for anything. For me to just get like God and like a whole like family, which is like crazy, and it was just like perfect. So it was just crazy how ANC give you like a strong connection with God, because sometimes like I didn't really have no connection with God before I came in. Like I said, I was lost, but me just going to ANC them weeks and like hearing messages and stuff, and I was like, oh, this starting to make sense. Like, oh, everything, like I could put like a story and a message to everything, like even the Bible verses. I was like, oh, what Bible verse is this? Like, it makes so much sense when you break it down. And just going to ANC every week really just like made me want to like strengthen my relationship with God. Then it'll just be moments where like when I started to believe in God and had a relationship with Him, like I thinking back to my moments where my sister was like, she talked to God, and I was looking at her crazy. But I'm like, I've had many experiences recently and like throughout my years, like where I felt God just like talking to me, and like I felt His presence, and like God. Now I always say that I'm like, God told me this, God told me this, and nobody has never questioned me like how He told you this. People be like, oh, okay, but if anybody did question me, I'm like, I don't know. You just gotta feel it. You gotta have a relationship with you. Like I can feel like I always look back to where I didn't believe in God and be like, God had me the whole time. It ain't no way I made it this far, and like God was just waiting on me to just connect with Him. But He was always like on my side. Like He never like left me. So it was just like so crazy. It's just like even though I wasn't believing in Him, He was always like protecting me. And it's still moments like today, it just things just happen. I'm just like, this can't be no luck. Cause at first I was just like, it's just luck. What's a coincidence? But I'm like, some stuff be happening. I'm like, ain't no way, guys, it's not real. Like for real. I'm like, ain't no way. Like it's just crazy. But this my journey from how I became a not believer to a believer. I hope you guys enjoy it.